Hello and welcome to Alfons Zeileis. My name is Johanna Nagelsbach. I am the grandniece of the painter Alfons Zeileis. Money is missing everywhere in Germany. Of course, also in Neustadt. How is Neustadt dealing with this? What else is happening in Neustadt in 1931? You can find out in this video. Mayor Dr. Forthuber has turned Neustadt an der Hart into a town that is attractive to tourists and pensioners alike. Unfortunately, due to the economic crisis, funding from the German Reich has dried up. Unemployment is rising and the local authority is being crushed by welfare costs. The town is short of money in every area. In 1930, the German Reich introduced the so-called citizens' tax, which benefited the municipalities. In Neustadt, this tax is increased from 100 to 300% in 1931, a considerable additional burden for citizens, which is not well received. The costs of the secondary school where Karl Nagelsbach teaches are borne entirely by the town of Neustadt. Despite the poor economic conditions, Neustadt has undergone significant improvements. The sewage system has been greatly expanded. The well-known Kohler Spa Hotel has also been connected. Its wastewater no longer seeps through the Kapuzinerberg Hill, causing unpleasant odors and, that must be added, health hazards. Once the work on the sewage system was completed, the streets were repaved. The Villa Street was given a basalt surface. The roads on the Hambach hillside are in the planning stage. There is now even a street cleaning service. The station square and the theater square have been redesigned. The new Neustadt post office was completed without accident not far from the station. At that time, the post office was still state-owned, as was the railway. A perennial topic in the Neustadt newspapers is the outdoor pool and the local indoor pool, known as the Volksbad. The Volksbad is chronically in deficit, partly because new buildings have bathrooms and residents no longer need to go to the municipal pool to bath. The Volksbad even serves as a baptismal font for the Adventist community. A new outdoor pool with a stadium is to be built. The existing Lido in Schöntal is being expanded. The facility is located on the very long Sauter Street where the Zeileis family lives in 1931, and which will play a recurring role throughout this story. The newspaper discusses the usefulness and financing of the project as well as moral aspects and, above all, the highly ideological issue of gender segregation in the baths. At least in 1931, the 500-year-old Adler pharmacy, which will also play a role in this story, is thoroughly modernized. Reports of alleged £1 million inheritances from the United States going to the Palatinate unfortunately turn out to be rumors. They were supposedly from Palatinate natives who emigrated to the United States decades ago. Emigration is no longer seen as an option in 1931. American President Hoover has not only increased tariffs, he has also significantly restricted immigration. No, we are not talking about today, but about the year 1931. Other countries are also closed to people without considerable wealth. Greta Garbo moved to the United States at the right time and receives the then unimaginable sum of 3,294,000 Reichsmarks per year, or $16,000 a week from Metro Goldwyn. Thank you for looking with me at the developments in Neustadt in 1931. The economic situation is getting worse and worse. The Nazi dictatorship is looming. In order to give you a picture as detailed as possible of the lives and choices of individual people during the Nazi era, I have decided to introduce you to a man who will join the Zeileis family only in the 1950s. It is a man who was well known in the 1950s. Let yourself be surprised. I look forward to seeing you again.